esteem. And I want to share with you a closing time poem which mentions a stop at Hunter's house. This last 2-month tour that we did half of our shows in nature, for nature, and the others in venues like this. Closing time. From Thingvellir, Iceland we came, Vikings, crossed the Atlantic in open vessel, wooden ship, past a statue shouting empty words, liberty, crossed the Appalachian Mountains to Kentucky, hillbillies. The Viking Hillbilly Apocalypse Review, not knowing tour, headed west into the canyon tonight. West Kansas in an old Ford. Sarah sees people, spirits, knocking, pulling on our doors at 3 a.m. Rest stop, depart further into deep night. Shooting stars, Colorado sunrise, Boulder, Buddhist, Naropa University. Did Buddha suggest a university? Where was Jesus' church? Wherever he was. To Woody Creek, Hunter S.Thompson home, Gonzo, Highway 133, back roads, valleys, mountains, passes, Telluride, Rosemary and Art, good times had by all. Heart and lungs collapse. Climb mountains, every one the last. America is an illusion. America doesn't, never did, never will exist. This poem is for nobody. Closing time. Tear down the fences that bound the prairies, the mountains. Saw down the parking meters, the beaches long, from the Everglades to the Big Sur. Take back the plundered earth. Hold it, heal it. Your bosom, your womb, embrace, take it back. There are no boundaries, no fences, no owners, never were, never will be, only beauty. This world is full, brimming, pregnant with beauty. Los Alamos, evil, take it back. The deserts, Mojave, the mountains, the prairies, the plains. Sarah says, take Kansas, please. Take it all back. It is yours. We have tortured it long enough. Let us all go to spirit school until we are healed, ready to return to the vast purple, green, blue beauty, earth. No name can describe the majestic beauty of this place. Mother, where is this? We are here now, but only a little longer to a closing time, which is 2 or 8 years or days away. Places we traverse called Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, California. Andy, Michael, David, James, Dean, Sarah, the heart of Las Vegas darkness. Mountain, desert, ocean, deciduous, evergreen, cactus, a 2,700 sequoia years old, largest living being in the world. Where, what place is this? Why are we here except to live in peace, harmony, not harm, love, embrace, accept, forgive, grow our souls, be patient. Closing time has arrived. We had our chance and blew it. Thread of hope remains though. Desert winds, howling, screaming, tumbleweed. This poem is hopeful. Written by who? This poem is for no borders, no boundaries. This poem is for nobody. This poem is for the deserts, the mountains, the oceans, the forests, majestic. This poem, this closing time poem, is for nobody. suicide came as a shock to myself and to anybody else who knew Hunter or knew his work. Even though Hunter had told me of a time in New York City when he thought seriously about committing suicide, jumping off a high-rise, I never expected, even thought once, that he would do it. But knowing that Hunter chose to live life on his own terms, once I thought about it, I respected his decision to exit on his own terms. I'm going to say a little bit more about that when I read my tribute in a few minutes. In the mid-90s, Hunter asked me to go visit his mom because he couldn't get here to see her, and he paid with his brother to put her up in a nice place. And first time I met Virginia, who's a retired librarian from here in Louisville, I could see why, how and why Hunter was able to go so hard, so long, doing as much as he did. All the drugs, all the alcohol, because he inherited some strong genes, let me tell you. Virginia was a strong, amazing woman until the end of her life. She was as sharp as anybody in this room, too, and she loved to drink. She loved to drink. She would often ask me to bring a bottle of whiskey over when I came to visit her. And it was an honor to sit in her room the many times I did and just carry on conversations. She loved, she adored Hunter, and she just talked on and on about him. And so we brought Virginia to the tribute in '96, there towards the end of her life, and Juan, Hunter's son, came in, and I asked Juan to write a piece, a tribute piece for his dad, and he did, and I edited it for him, and then it was time for him to go on, and he called me back over to the corner, backstage there at Memorial Auditorium, and he said, Ron, he was just pale as a ghost, and he said, I can't do it, I'm just too nervous. And so I grabbed his shoulders and looked in his eyes, and I said, look, your dad will appreciate this more than anything anybody else says here tonight. You have got to summon up the courage and get out there and do this. And he did. And his dad and Hunter got totally tore up about this. Reflections on a Childhood in Madness by S.Thompson. A week ago, I received this opportunity to pay tribute to my father at this event. I was first very excited, as you can imagine. It is not every child who has a chance to honor his father in their lifetimes, or even in solitude. I am very fortunate. Thank you, Ron Whitehead, for putting this event together, and thank you all for coming. A few days later, I started to get nervous. How on earth am I going to honor him? What can I say? I decided to start with the question I am most often asked, which is, what was it like to have Hunter Thompson as your father? Just imagine that. On one level, it is an empty question. It is like being anyone's son. It is unique. I have nothing to compare it to. I have one father and one childhood. What can I tell you? What I can tell you, however, is what I learned from my father, what I respect and admire in him. First of all, he is impossible to categorize or define. He is original. More than anyone I can think of, he crosses boundaries. He embodies more contradictions than any 10 ordinary people. He is both a madman and Southern gentleman, a prophet and a hooligan, an idealist and a cynic. He thrives on disruption, unpredictability, and thwarting expectation, yet is bound to social conventions. Years ago, he chastised me for not minding my manners and shaking someone's hand at the proper time. Yet he will set off a roll of 5,000 firecrackers in his best friend's bedroom at 3 a.m., which he did to Jack Nicholson. And at one of our visits out there, Jack called 3 times, and Hunter had 3 phones. And he had the business phone, he had the one that was kind of in between. He might want to answer it, might not. He probably had never answered. And then he had the red phone, the hotline. And whoever called on that one, well, he'd usually nearly always put it over the intercom so everybody could hear it. And it was weird hearing Jack call up, giving him 10 kinds of help, because Jack had flown out to Aspen, he has a home out there, and he brought his 2 daughters with him. and hunters snuck over there, broke the window out,